Dudes, Nate from 8020, back for a lesson of the week, and today we're delving into a couple of licks that I like to do over sort of 12/8-ish sped up jazz waltz types of things. I was back in Montana, I was doing a couple of sheds, and I had some people ask me about the licks I was tending to play over these types of things, so I want to break down kind of how I do it. But first of all, let's just talk about what are we talking about writ large. So if you're playing in 4, so this is the pulse, and then you want to do triplets over that. And then where it gets fun is you have a 16th note pulse you can play at the original tempo. But you can also go into this triplet thing. And that's different than if you're just playing straight sextuplets. So if the that would be sextuplets, right? But doublified triplets would be So I want to show you a couple of sort of foundational licks that I use. But first let's talk about the way I conceive it all. Say you're playing a triplet groove. Really, the way I like to think about this is it's like a jazz waltz, only extremely fast. So etc. Just like really, really fast. But you can practice it slower. So that's the way I would start to think about the phrasing. You know, and then things can flow out of that. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so then you just think about speeding that up. Etc. So you start to get those type of licks. Okay, so a couple of basic foundational things that I do over this that I catch myself doing that are like rudiments of this. So one is, and people have seen me doing this on Instagram for weeks. I've been promising for a couple months now that I would do a lesson on it. So it is literally just and I'm not even totally sure how I came up with this. I just started finding myself doing it. So the pulse is 3, 4. So you wouldn't do it too many cycles in a row, but it's a cool thing to sort of fill in. Here's an example. So here's another one I do. Okay, so that's a complete phrase. You can copy that. So you can do that. You can also hemiolize it. So a lot of this is kind of right-hand lead on the hi-hat, which I don't dig that much in terms of always operating from here, and everything else is just around this type of centric thing. So you can throw in this lick that I like to do with the floor tom, which one variation is. And that's just a great way to bounce off the right side of the kit, still with right hand lead, and then head back to the left side of the kit. So whatever you're doing, right, so that's one example. Let's see if I can actually do that again verbatim. Something like that. So the cool thing about is that it doesn't particularly matter what part of the beat you start on. So is the goal of this to give you like a 100% top to bottom, like here are 55 licks you can play over this type of groove? No, it's just to introduce it to you. So in real quick succession, let me just summarize the major points. One is that, again, if you're playing right, 16 pulse, you can play sextuplets over that. But a more creative way to phrase sextuplets, by the way, that was not how I would phrase sextuplets necessarily, I'm just showing you the pulse. A more creative way to phrase sextuplets is double eyes to triplets. So if this is the pulse, that's your triplet pulse. And from there, you can switch over from the 16th to the triplet and then double eyes your triplets. And again, within that framework are those couple of licks that I like to deploy. So let me try to do a demo for you. So it just opens up your phrases. It gives you a way to play faster, pulse-based stuff, but a different way of thinking about it. And if you want a really great textbook of this type of vocabulary, just check out Nick Smith playing over the track The Rise, both the studio track from the Soul Tone and also the DBK clinic from last year, which I was in the audience for. So dudes, if you've enjoyed today's lesson, if you've been checking out the channel for a minute, if you feel like maybe you're ready to study with me, if you'd like to go a little bit deeper. And by the way, I'm going to use an analogy. So I go to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class. I know it's no big secret because a lot of you guys have been checking out the bruises and checking me out on Instagram at 8020drummer. And so you know I'm going to BJJ. And what happens is you go in and you'll get a taste. Just like today's lesson, you'll get a little taste of a technique, and maybe it's something that's way over your head, or maybe it's something that's like right in your wheelhouse, but you wish you had the scaffold. Like, okay, what did Nate practice to get however good I am now? So luckily, I packaged that scaffold up into an online course with videos, transcriptions, everything in sequence, homework assignments. It's about 3 years worth of progress for me that you can complete in 6 months. It's called the 80/20 coaching course. I only open it up to new students occasionally, like 3 or 4 times a year. But if you want a completely free gateway drug to the course to see what it's like, to see a little bit deeper instruction, I recommend you click on the screen right here. And I think YouTube, we're going to use a card now, so make sure you click on the little I for the card because YouTube got rid of the annotations. Not make any comments about that. I love you, Google overlords. Please click on the card. It'll take you to a page where you can download those 3 free videos to get better in the 3 weeks than you have in the last 6 months, completely free. And if you like those, I know you'll stick around for the next time the course is opening. Dudes, it's been real. Sorry I stumbled over my tongue a lot for this one, but hopefully you got something out of it. Back soon for another lesson of the week. Peace.